Hello everyone, welcome to Technologies Discussion channel. Today, I'd like to continue the discussion on Arduino and Python programming. For this video, it's actually a continued series based on Part 9a. Under this Part 9a series, I have discussed how can we actually use this PyCharm to control the position rotation servo motor such as SG90 through the Arduino Uno board. This is in fact just continue the discussion. This is my email. If you have any question regards on today's discussion, please drop me an email. Before I continue, I'd like to urge you guys to support this channel by pressing the like and also the subscribe button. Please also turn on your notification bell in order to receive more information from this channel. Once again, guys, thank you so much for your strong support. Okay, so the task 5A, 5B, and 5C, I have discussed on the series under the 9A. So under this series 9B, I will be mainly concentrate on the task 5D, okay, which means that I'm actually tasked to stop the motor at several path selection, and I'm also going to turn all the two motors simultaneously. Okay, I also going to repeat the process again and again. So this, okay, I will mention a quick word also. So under Part E and Part F is basically how can we actually create an emergency stop to stop the motor if we require the motor to be stopped instantly, and also emergency remove, okay, which means that how can we actually remove this motor, and maybe later on you can also add in a new one. And last but not least, quick, I have skipped this part, okay, because you just need to power down your Arduino Uno board. You actually also so-called like quit the function here. Okay, so this diagram you need to connect up before you can do this task number 4, just in case for some of you guys actually jump straight to this video without looking at task so-called 9A series. Okay, so therefore over here, you can see that this is an Arduino Uno board. Okay, the 5V and ground is provided. And over here, you can see that the two servo motor actually powered by the 5V and ground. And they are actually controlled by pin 3 and pin 4. Okay, so with this, let's jump over to the PyCharm to take a look. How can we actually write the source code to control the servo motor? This is the PyCharm view. Okay, so now let me explain the choice number 4. Okay, so for choice number 4, in fact, you have more flexibility in terms of controlling the servo motor. Let me explain what does all this chant actually mean for choice number 4. Okay, so for choice number 4, okay, so this is called turning path, okay, which means that where the servo motor will turn. Initially, you can assume that the servo motor will be at the home position. So every time when we actually do a restart, the servo motor will return back to the home position. So under this instruction over here, you can see that they actually instruct the servo motor to turn from home position to 180 degree. Okay, home position for this case will be at 0 degree. We actually task it to move from 0 degree to 180 degree. So with the speed 3. Okay, so this is actually called the speed number 3. Okay, so this is the delay or waiting time. Okay, for this case here, the delay or the waiting time is not relevant anymore because the delay of these two motor is actually emphasized over here. So if you really want this, actually don't really do any so-called any form of controlling the servo motor with this kind of instruction. Okay, so after they have moved from home or 0 degree to 180 degree with the speed number 3, next what they do is they will move back to 0 with the speed number 5, which means that they actually has a higher speed to move from 180 degree to 0. Again, this is the delay. Okay, so this delay is not going to do any form of when we actually write the source code like this. So I think to minimize confusion, let me just remove away the delay, and I will use another form of delay to explain to you guys later on. Okay, so this is the number of time that you actually want to repeat the instruction. Okay, so for this case here, I want the motor number 1 to do this thing 5 times. And for motor number Y or motor number 2, also I'm going to do it 5 times. And this is the delay. Okay, so the delay means that after they actually execute this thing here, okay, let me just explain. For example, they move from 0 to 180 degree with speed number 3. once they finish this instruction, they will delay for 1 second. After that, they actually will move from 180 degree to position 0, okay, using this speed number 5. Again, once they do this, they will delay for 1 second. Okay, so let's take a look on the Arduino Uno board to understand this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this program, and you guys take a look on the instruction, okay, how this actually control the servo motor. Okay, so let me run this program first. So when I actually click the run, give me a few seconds, okay, so that there won't be any fault. Okay, so there's no fault. So over here, I put no. Okay, so this is where we control. So basically, I'm going to select number 4. So this will be testing of choice number 4. So I'm going to press choice number 4 and move to Arduino Uno board view. This is the Arduino Uno board. Okay, so over here you will see how the servo motor actually respond under this choice number 4. Okay, so let's take a look how does the servo motor actually respond under choice number 4. Over here you can see that they turn from home position to 180 degree using speed 3. After that, they also return back to the 0 position using speed 5. Okay, so they are going to repeat this process for 5 times as I told you earlier on. So after 5 times, the servo motor will stop. Basically, this is the set of instructions that I actually write under choice number 4. They actually will turn from home position to 180 degree and then back to the home position. So this is called 1 time. They're going to repeat this for 5 times. After that, the motor all stop as is shown over here. Let me do some changes to choice number 4 in order to fully understand what is choice number 4, what they actually do. Okay, so earlier on, I have mentioned that this is basically the angle that the motor actually stopped. So let's change this to 90. So let's stop the motor at 90. Okay, so the next number here, okay, this is actually the speed. Okay, so in order to show the difference of speed, so now, for example, I'm going to choose the speed as 1. Okay, which means that they actually turn very slowly from home position to 90. Okay, they turn it very, very slow under the speed number 1. Okay, so basically this is the instruction. Next over here, okay, I also just want to show it to you the speed. Okay, so instead of 5, let me just put 10, okay, to show you that this motor will move from 90 degree to 0 degree with speed 10, okay, which means that they are actually much, much faster as compared to just now with the speed 5. Okay, again, this process, I'm going to repeat 5 times, and the delay interval will be 1. Okay, so later on, okay, I will modify this number so that you are aware how this number actually play a role in controlling the servo motor. So now I'm done. So let me just run the file. So I run the file. Give me a few seconds to show no error. So no error. So basically, do I want to do this block component tester? No, I'm not going to do this. Okay, so next I'm going to press number 4, and then we're going to move to the Arduino Uno board to take a look. Let me show you how the servo motor actually react under this choice number 4. Okay, remember I have modified choice number 4. So let's see how the servo motor actually react now. So over here you can see that instead of 180 degree, they actually move to 90 degree. Okay, you can see that they also move under speed number 1, which is very slow, from the home position to 90 degree. But under the 90 degree, return back to the home, they move much, much faster. Okay, again, you can see that they actually repeat the process 5 times. You can see here, they repeat the process 5 times. Okay, after that, everything will go to stop. Okay, so basically, this is how we can actually modify this Arduino in terms of PyCharm, okay, to control the servo motor. Again, let me modify the choice number 4. Okay, so let me put back some of the numbers so that we can actually see the effect. For example, I want to remain at 180 degree. Okay, so by now you should know that this term actually control where the servo motor actually stop. So basically, I want them to move from home position to 180 degree using speed number 1. Okay, we don't need to let it move so fast. Let's do 5 now. Okay, so now I'm going to demonstrate the number of times they're going to repeat the cycle. Okay, so over here you can see that the number of times they repeat the cycle is 5 times. So what I'm going to do is basically for this time round, I'm going to change 3. Okay, so you can see that basically what they are going to do is they move from home position, okay, to 180 degree with speed number 1. After that, they move from 180 degree back to 0 with speed number 5. They are going to repeat this process for 3 times because I have mentioned over here, I'm going to do it for 3 times. Okay, so let's run this program. Okay, so let me run this program. Okay, so let me run this program now. Give it a few seconds. Okay, there shouldn't be any error. Okay, so there's no error. I'm not keen to do the component tester. That put me an N. Okay, and then I just put number 4. And then let's move on to Arduino Uno board view. Let's take a look, okay, to see whether does this instruction repeat for 3 times. Okay, remember earlier on at the PyCharm, I actually instruct this to repeat 3 times. So let's take a look whether does this repeat for 3 times. Okay, so now you can see that they move from 0 to 180 degree with speed number 1. So they return back to the home position, okay, with speed number 5. Okay, so this will be the second time that they actually repeat. After that, they move back to 0. Okay, again, they're going to repeat this for 3rd time. Okay, so this will be the last time they actually repeat. Okay, so let's wait a few more seconds for you to complete. Okay, so therefore it's done. So over here, you can see that how can I control the numbers of time they repeat. Okay, as I have demonstrated earlier on at the PyCharm site. Okay, next, I'm going to show you the meaning of delay. Okay, so which is controlled by this so-called this 2 number, which is 1. Okay, so in order to see the difference between motor 1 and motor 2, for example, here I'm going to do motor 2 to have delay of 10 seconds. Okay, so you will be able to see that this motor 2, okay, they has a delay of 10 seconds. Okay, so let me come to the Arduino Uno board, okay, to explain this. Okay, so therefore, let me just run the file again. Okay, there shouldn't be any delay. Okay, give me a few seconds. So no delay again. I click no. Okay, so next I'm ready to run the instruction number 4, and let's move on to Arduino Uno board view. At the PyCharm site, you can see that I actually instruct Motor 1 to have a delay of 1 second and Motor 2 to have a delay of 10 seconds. So over here, I'm going to show it to you, okay, how does the ServoMotor actually react on this delay. I think a video basically will be more clear, okay, rather than by words. Okay, so let's take a look. What does this mean? Okay, you can see that the motor starts to move from home position to 180 degree, okay, with the speed number 1, which is very slow. After that, they return to 0 under speed number 5. Now you can see that motor 1 start to move because they only have a delay of 1 second, while motor 2 has a delay of 10 seconds. So it will take a while. Now you start to see that motor 2 start to move after the delay of 10 seconds. Okay, over here you can see that motor 1 has finished the instruction, while the motor 2 need to wait for 10 seconds before the ServoMotor start to move again. So now you can see that the ServoMotor starts to move. Okay, so after that, they actually return back to the home position. Okay, so this is how we can control the delay. Okay, for example, over here, I can actually delay, for example, motor 1 to have 1 second, while motor 2 to have 10 seconds. Okay, so let's move on to the PyCharm view to do a very understanding on this delay function. Okay, so now let's move back to this PyCharm view. Okay, so let me give you more example in terms of delay. Okay, so now instead of modified under choice number 4, okay, I think this choice number 2 will be quite obvious to show the effect of delay. Okay, so for example, over here now, for example, I can actually include the delay. Okay, for example, under the motor number 1, let's say I'm going to delay by 1 second, while the motor 2, I'm going to delay by 10 seconds. Okay, again, this for the motor 1, I'm going to delay for 1 second. And for the motor 2, again, let's say we are going to delay for 10 seconds. So now we are done. And again, okay, let's move on to the Arduino Uno board to take a look. But before that, let me press the run function and give me a few seconds to show that there is no error. And then after that, we quickly jump to the Arduino Uno board view. in order to understand better. So I'm not going to activate the component tester. Okay, so now will be motor turn one by one under the choice number 2. Let's press choice number 2 and move to the Arduino Uno board view. Let's come to this Arduino Uno board together with the ServoMotor. Okay, so you can see that I actually put a delay on motor 1 and motor 2. Motor 1 has 1 second of delay, while motor 2 has 10 seconds of delay. So over this choice number 2, you can see that the motor will move, the first motor that they will move from the home position to 180 degree. Okay, so once they finish this task, they will wait for 1 second. After that, motor 2 will move from the home position, okay, to 180 degree. After that, they will pause for 10 seconds. After they pause for 10 seconds, motor 1 will start to move from 180 degree back to the home position. After that, they will pause for 1 second. As for motor 2, they will also return from 180 degree to 0 after 10 seconds. The program fully execute. So let's take a look how this thing actually look like under this video here. Okay, you can see that motor 1 starts to turn from 0 degree to 180 degree. Okay, so they wait for 1 second. After that, motor 2 will start to move from home position to 180 degree. So after this, they will wait for 10 seconds. Okay, so roughly about 10 seconds. After that, motor 1 will start to return back to the 0 position. Okay, let's take a while. You can see that they return back to the 0. And then after 1 second, okay, the motor 2 again will return back to the 0 position. Let me come back to this PyCharm view. Okay, so earlier on, I have actually indicated the delay under choice number 2, which I have also shown you how does the ServoMotor also react. Now I want to add in more features under choice number 4. Okay, so under choice number 4, actually currently they will move from 0 to 180 degree and then back to 0. So now, for example, I want to add in more tasks. Okay, so what I need to do is I just copy this part here. Okay, I copy this part here. I add in more tasks over here. So now, for example, instead of moving finally to 0 degree, let's say I want it to move to 90 degree. Okay, also under speed number 5. Okay, so you can actually see that this ServoMotor now will move from 0 to 180 degree to 0 and then stop at 90 degree. So instead of repeating 3 times, let me just quickly show that it just need to repeat 1 time over here. And also, I do not want to have so long delay. Okay, so basically, this is the instruction that I have add in. Okay, so in fact, you can add in more instruction. Okay, so for example, now if you want to add in more instruction, you can add in more instruction. Okay, so now I add in another 0 degree here. So you can add in more instruction. In fact, this can go on and on. Okay, you can add in more instruction, but as for demonstration, I think 4 is good enough. So let me just quickly run. Okay, as always, you need to select to current. Okay, so now I'm ready. So I'm going to run the file, okay, to see if there's any error. Give me a few seconds. Okay, so there's no error and I do not want to test the tester. So I just put a no over here. So I'm ready to test. So I put under this choice number 4. And then after that, I just need to punch in enter. Let's come to Arduino Uno view together with the ServoMotor. Okay, so I have modified under the choice number 4. So let's see how does the ServoMotor actually respond. So now it will start from home position and going to 180 degree with speed 1. After that, they will return back to 0. After that, they go to 90. And then after that, they go back to 0. I only do this for 1 time. Okay, so basically, this is how you can actually program under choice number 4. So you will have so-called more choice. And as I told you earlier on, you can add in more and more tasks for the motor to stop. Okay, but as for now, I think 4 of them is good enough. So with this, let's move on to the conclusion. Let me do a quick conclusion. So after this video, I have fully described the ServoMotor. How can we actually use this PyCharm, okay, to control the position that it actually stop, control the speed, how many times they repeat, or the delay. Okay, so this is what we have learned on part 9A and 9B series. And I have modified on choice number 2 and choice number 4 for this video. Let me quickly describe them. So by now, you should be able to recall under this choice number 2, this is actually the position where the ServoMotor will stop. This is actually the speed, and this is actually the delay. So you can control these 3 parameters according to your desired function. Okay, for example, you want it to be stopped at 90, you can change this to 90. 1 is being the slower speed, and you can actually increase the speed to 10, then which means that they actually move at a faster speed. This is the delay. So after they have finished this instruction, they will delay for 1 second. Okay, so this is what I have done for this video. Okay, so now you should be able to know this is a position, speed, and delay, which is denoted over here. Let's move on to choice number 4. Okay, so under this choice number 4, okay, again, this is where the ServoMotor will stop, and this is actually the speed, okay, which I have also done in this video. For this case here, it's slightly different. Okay, this is actually the number of times they are going to repeat. Okay, for this instruction here, they are going to repeat 3 times. And this is the delay. For motor 1, they are going to delay for 1 second. While motor 2, they are going to delay for 10 seconds. Okay, so with this, I'd like to end my conclusion, okay, based on the discussion on the ServoMotor. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you guys again. See you.